Perks have been in the game for a while now at this point, and I believe it's time to have a real, genuine discussion about them. Now, when they were first introduced, it wasn't specific skills for a certain hero like they are now. It was stuff like increased movement speed after an elimination. And I'd say that's what they should be, because some perks are just absolutely better than other heroes. Like, some heroes are already better than others by design, right? And then the Overwatch devs have decided to add another layer of complexity into that when they couldn't even balance 5v5. It's been it's been 4 years and they still haven't balanced 5v5 properly. They bit off more than they can chew, and they clearly can't handle it. Let's look at the newer heroes, for example. Let's take Vendetta. Vendetta's not really a problem until what? She gets that overhead lifesteal perk, and then she's just constantly oppressive. And I believe these heroes are being designed with these perks in mind, and that is diminishing hero quality. It is making this game way more casual based, and I'd say that's terrible for a game like Overwatch. The casuals come and go. The real people you want to please are the people who are dedicated to the game, dedicated to putting hours of their life into, mastering a hero, practicing a hero, just for it to not even matter when they're putting brain dead mechanic heroes like Vendetta, oppressive with perks, into the game. And that's just one example. In general, I believe the Overwatch devs are biting off more than they can chew, because now when they're designing a hero, they have to consider 4 extra things for that hero and how they interact with the game, and it's just making things so much more complex. And they literally just had layoffs at Blizzard. They are increasing the workload for little to no return at all. Like, it's like throwing a bit of Stadium, which Stadium already takes up so much of the dev attention. Have you guys read Stadium patch notes every new season? It is just pages, and it's taking away from the game. They still, like I said, haven't managed to balance 5v5. And on top of that, they are constantly trying to release new heroes a season, and that only makes things worse. And that's why there has been a drastic decrease in hero design quality. The heroes just aren't made like they were in the past, and that's because they're being forced to just pump out a new hero every season without the delicate time and testing that it requires to make a hero. Overwatch is a very complicated game, and like I said, on top of how each hero plays into each specific circumstance that you could be in, like with the team comps and all that, they're adding the perks, they're adding how other perks interact with them. It's just a big mess. The Overwatch devs need to take a step back and remove the perks to a more simple state, like they were when they did the quick play hacked testing. The perks are a balance nightmare, and like I said, all they pretty much do is remove whatever weakness from a hero. I don't think a design or balanced philosophy where things can be implemented mid-game to remove one of your hero's weaknesses is good design philosophy at all. That is what killed Overwatch initially. Broken heroes with no weaknesses. They just ruled the game, and now it's just a hot mess, and it's only beginning. That's why pretty much every new hero that they released are the only ones getting banned. I'm hardly seeing heroes from the OG game getting banned, bro. Hardly. What is D.Va? And I can understand D.Va. D.Va's a real big problem right now, okay? But that's like the only one. Maybe Zarya. But if you don't ban, just from what I see, Vendetta's insta-banned every game. And that's because she's oppressive. Jetpack has banned every game, and that's probably because Metal Rain players don't really know how to shoot. But you see what I mean? It just leads to this. They're jumping and biting off way more than they can chew. Oh, we're designing this hero this way? Okay, let's add a perk that straight up removes this weakness. like, what? Why can't heroes have weaknesses? It's like they're picking and choosing which heroes have weaknesses now. Some perks, like I said, are just genuinely a million times better than others. And the only thing, I wouldn't complain as much if perks were actually like, if the four of them were actually like swapped around and used consistently. But no, it's usually the same two meta minor and major perks being used always. The other perks are hardly ever choose. The only character I can think of where it might be, you know, based on whatever you're dealing with in the game right now is Reaper, which you guys are looking at Reaper gameplay right now. I can see that's like the only one where both can be versatile. But now the minor ones, you should probably be picking the Wraith one every time. The Souls is freaking pretty bad. But like even Reaper's suffering from the same problem that I just mentioned, man. Perks are not good, and they need to go back to, if they're going to keep them in the game at least, they need to go back to how they were initially treated in the quick play hacked testing phase, which is literally just, you know, simple things like increased movement speed after elimination. That stuff can go right to Stadium. Stadium should be the casual directed mode. Things that are casual should remain in Stadium, and let's keep the main core game modes competitive and, you know, not non-casual friendly. Like, I'm not saying it can't be like casual friendly at all, but there definitely needs to, the training wheels need to come off. Let me know what you guys think about this. I think they're not really handling the perk situation so good. I feel like most of them just absolutely remove certain heroes' weaknesses, and it's just not a good balance or design philosophy, in my opinion. Guys, I stream every day on Twitch, Shadow Katana 1600. So come stop by and show some love. Have a good day. Let me know your thoughts.